Hi, I'm Charlie Kennedy, Assistant Vice President of Shows, Events, and Production for Redken Purology. With me is Jason Vargas, one of the industry's biggest name up-and-coming entertainers, one of the DJs extraordinaire in the beauty industry. Jason, tell me a little bit about what you do for the salon industry and what you do differently than your everyday jobs for the salon industry.
Well, that's a good question. So when we're talking about doing parties in general, we're always focused on making sure that people are having a great time. But specifically for the hair industry, it's a very committed industry. It's a work hard industry, but it's also a play hard industry. And so one of the important things is making sure that you're cutting edge and you're creative and you're interesting, especially because that's what the hair industry is supposed to be offering, creative, cutting edge, interesting kind of thinking. So when we approach our DJ style, it's not just a regular DJ style to just show up and play some tunes. You got to be creative, you got to be interesting. And so what we do is we combine an open format style of DJing, which means we play all kinds of music. And we also do original music, which is what we're calling rock mashes or mashups nowadays, where we just come up with tunes that we know that are like great party tunes that are recognizable, good rock tunes, good classic songs, and we put our own New York City kind of twist to it, where we put a different kind of backbeat, or we put another another song with some BPMs on it, and then the real interesting part happens when my brother does the DJing part, creates the music live right there in the mix, and then myself as an MC, like a real traditional, what we call like back to the old school days, hip hop days, MC on the stage with the microphone, singing along, getting crowd participation, which really enhances the crowd and it really enhances the party. So it's more like a rock show.
Let me ask you this, Jason, from a New York City-based perspective. You travel all around the country doing these DJ and entertainment gigs. What is the creative difference for you? How do you take New York and make it creative in Paducah, Kentucky, or Los Angeles, or Seattle?
Right. That's a good one. I think that when you're talking about being creative, and when you're talking about creation, right? I mean, creative is, if we're talking about creating something, you have to be true to what you know. And I don't think it's dissimilar to the hair industry, right? You got cuts, you got colors, you got styles, you got techniques, and you got to be true to the kind of education, the kind of techniques that you're learning. And then you put your little twist on it because you're from a local area or you happen to particularly like this kind of technique. The same goes with the music. We're from New York. We're originally New Yorkers, so we have a very specific kind of music influence. So regardless of where we go, regardless of what part of the country we're traveling to, we have to bring our integrity, our show, our I guess identity to what we do and what we mix. So,
let me ask you this, Jason. What's the difference in energy level from other industries that you've worked in and the salon industry? Take a hairdresser, 1 to 10 on a scale level of whose energy is higher.
Right. I don't think 1 to 10 probably doesn't work. I need to turn the M to 11, I think. In the hair industry, like I said in the beginning, it's a work hard industry and a party hard industry. It's got to be a 12. I mean, if I have to associate a number, the energy is so high because they're really passionate and committed about to what they're doing in their lives. And so when it comes to the party part of it, it becomes, I mean, it's a rock concert. It's really what it is. When you have hairdressers in the building and hairstylists and people who are, diving and launching creative energies into what they do, the party is just going to be exactly that, only now it's a party.
How do you know when their creativity matches yours or your creativity matches theirs?
That's a good one. It's always reaction and how the synergy that happens. You can go to a party, you can have a party, and people will be cool. They'll like the music, they'll sit around in the lounge, they'll appreciate you, buy you a drink or say, hey, this is fantastic. A hairstylist is not going to do that. Hairstylist is going to give 1,000% of what they got on that stage, like it's a concert. And so what ends up happening is it's just a powerful creation of energy in that event. And even if it's only for 2 hours, those 2 hours are going to be the most amazing 2 hours where, and this is for the hair industry, when you have the ladies with their roots nice and curly because they've been sweating all night dancing, that's how you know the energy's there and the party's there, and they're totally committed to that. So it's really great.
Well, DJing is taking over the entertainment industry. Jason, thank you very much for being here with us today, and enjoy the ABS show.